One of these dresses was $180. The other one was $75. Can you tell which? Hello and welcome back to my channel. I've been wanting to make a dress comparison video like this for a really long time, comparing a higher end brand to a fast fashion brand. So I saw one of my favorite influencers talk about this Anthropologie dress for the holiday season, and it was really cute. Rose gold, sequins, the whole 9 yards, and I love sequins. If there's something you should know about me, it's like I'm Kimmy Gibbler. I love sequins, I love anything loud. So when I saw that, I was like, ooh, that's really cute. And so it was in my head, and then I was on Fashion Nova and I saw a very, very similar style dress. And I was like, you know what? I can make a little comparison video because it's something I'm so curious about. If the quality is really that different from a fast fashion brand to, I would say Anthropologie is pretty high end for me. I know it's not like Chanel, but like for me and my budget, Anthropologie is not in my budget, even though I'm wearing this one. I got this on the sale rack and it was still 60 bucks. What? So I bought that sparkly Anthropologie dress with full intentions on returning it, which I will because homegirl cannot afford $180. But I did buy it for comparison purposes. So today we're gonna go through it and just see what the main differences are between these two. Also, if you couldn't spot the difference yet, can you wait? Let's see. Let's see. So this one is the Anthropologie version. This is $180. And this is the Shein version for $75. Also, both of these companies run promos. Anthropologie not so often, but like you can probably get this for even cheaper because they usually run like a 20% off at least. So there is a huge price gap between these two. So holding them up, they're both really, really pretty. Honestly, the only glaring differences are the colors. Like this is definitely more pink and this is definitely a rose gold. And then the only thing I noticed as well is the sleeve shape. So the Anthropologie version has a bell sleeve and then the Fashion Nova version has a longer sleeve with an elastic at the bottom. So we're gonna go through the Fashion Nova one first. So the Fashion Nova one has a crew neck, full lining, and a velvet sequin waist belt. It has a keyhole back with one button, a volume sleeve, which has the elastic on the wrist. The lining is 100% polyester, and the main body part is 90% polyester and 10% spandex. So that is information straight from their website. I've already worn this. I did wear it to a Jonas Brothers concert because I'm an adult. And honestly, I felt so good in this. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I looked pretty cute too. I was getting compliments. It was really comfy. Usually with a sequined item, you get that weird, like, there's some spots that'll just rub you the wrong way. So I wasn't feeling that at all with this. I liked the little keyhole back. Gave it some like breathing room. Both of these dresses are in a 2X, by the way. And I also felt like the length was perfect and it just shimmered really nicely. It's shimmering really nicely in the camera right now. And I just felt really good in this. I wouldn't wear either of these unbelted. I feel like it's just too much of a like sheath dress. So I really like the belt detail. And then I was a little bit nervous. Sometimes when you have a shirt dress that you then belt, you'll get billowing here that'll make you look a little bit bigger or just like really frumpy, but I was not experiencing that at all with this dress. Something I really liked about this version of the dress was the belt. Both versions of this dress had a velvety kind of belt, so a really cute pink velvet belt. And I think this creates a really nice contrast with the sequins. So something I really liked about the Fashion Nova belt is that at the ends, it transitions back into sequins. So this is kind of like the tie part of your belt. So this will be the bow, like the hanging part of the bow. So this is sequins again. So I really liked the construction detail on this. I found that to be a really creative touch. This one does have a different sleeve than the Anthropologie version. This one is a full length sleeve that then comes down and cinches into your wrist. So it's a little stretchy, a little form-fitting here. Honestly, that's not a pro or con about either of these dresses. It really comes down to personal preference. I did notice that the stitching on this one is a little messy. It should kind of have a lettuce effect all the way around, but on both sleeves, at some point it curls back in, so it's not like the best stitching. So this is one of the areas that I'm like, okay, you get what you pay for. And another thing is, I've worn this dress out and about. I own this dress. The other one I have full intention of returning. So this one has gotten a wear test. The other one I unfortunately can't do a full day wear test. So with this, after a full day of wearing it, I did notice some bald patches. So when sequins rub together, sometimes they get caught on each other. I've had so many sequin tops where you lift your arm and there's a big string connecting two sequins and you go rip. So that was happening quite often with this. So I'll do some close-ups, but there are a few bald patches where when you do get caught and you kind of like rip away, it'll take a few lines with it. So there are a few bald spots on this. I don't know how common that is in most sequin things. I do have a lot of sequin items, but I haven't really noticed that happening. But I did want to point that out, that that was something I was experiencing. So this is the Fashion Nova version of the dress. I really like it. I've already worn it. And like I mentioned, this one runs for $75, but Fashion Nova often runs promos that are usually 20 to 35% off. So you can get that for even cheaper. I don't think anyone's ever paid full price on a fast fashion website. Okay, and now we have the Anthropologie version. So the only main difference I see immediately is the color difference. This one is definitely more of a sandy rose gold, and then this one has the bell sleeve. And I have to admit, I am a sucker for a bell sleeve. So when you do have that, like, okay, personal preference between the long sleeve and something like this, I do love a loose bell sleeve. So this one is polyester, has sequin embellishments, bell sleeves, a removable belt, a tunic silhouette, and pullover styling. So this was super easy to get on. Like they said, pullover, tunic, popped it on right over my head. This is also in a size 2X. I really liked how this looked. It was very similar to the other one. Again, kind of like a crew neck, nothing crazy. Again, this is catching the light so well. Super shimmery. This is the perfect New Year's option. I love this so much. Like, great like birthday kind of outfit. I don't know what you do for your birthday, but I'm pretty boring. But like if you do fun stuff for your birthday, like this is the perfect birthday outfit. They both had similar cuts. Like they had that up and down on the waist side. I think it's called a baseball cut. Really the only difference was the sleeve, and then this one doesn't have the keyhole back. So for this belt, they also have the velvet belt, which again creates a really good contrast in the middle of the silhouette. So theirs is a velvet throughout, and then on the other side, just a plain knit fabric. So really just depends on how you want to break it up, but I think the velvet's really nice. And then obviously I haven't done an all-day wear test. I did do the try-on portion of this, but I don't know how this is gonna last all day, if the sequins are gonna pull and get caught on things, or if they will go bald, because I am gonna return this, so I don't wanna return it in a bad state. The sequins on this one are a little bit more spaced apart. You can see the lines throughout here. So that might help with the drag lines and the balding I was experiencing on the other dress. My hair's getting caught. I'm gonna return it with a lock of my hair in there. I'm not gonna do a wear test, so I really can't speak to how the sequins are gonna last throughout a day. So my scientific findings are gonna be a little off on that one. But construction-wise, I think it's really nice. Pretty similar to the other one. It's also lined. And I don't know, the lining on this one is nice, but I'm not super impressed. So this one, its price point is really high for a single item for me. I'm not a regular Anthropologie shopper. I did buy this dress on sale, but like, I don't know who their target audience is. If you are a regular Anthropologie shopper, let me know. Slide into my DMs. We should hang out. Like, I want to know what your lifestyle is like, that you can afford $180 dresses just like on the reg. I do get like maybe you might want to do, I guess, special occasion splurge. I get that. But I know a lot of people, influencers especially, are like constantly shopping there, and I'm like, how? Because the only thing that got me, this price point is pretty high, but I've worked in fashion, so I know sewing a sequin dress is way harder than sewing a cotton dress. So of course it's gonna take more manpower, you know, more time, more effort, more precision when constructing a dress with a different kind of fabric, where there's a lot going on here. So I justified the price that way, but then I was on Anthropologie's website and I noticed a like white button-down t-shirt dress was also $180. So it has the same price point as something like this, and it's just like a completely like white sheet, like I could make that with my sewing kit kind of dress. And I just felt like the construction on both of these was way different. But then I realized that's just Anthropologie's price point. They probably have a bucket of $200 dresses, a bucket of $180 dresses, and then a bucket of $140 dresses. And honestly, I don't even think they're taking construction time and effort into those buckets. So I don't know, I just don't get that this price point is right on par with something like a t-shirt dress that's cotton or something. So it makes me think that this could be running for cheaper. Yes, there's the whole argument of the ethics behind a fast fashion company and a company like Anthropologie, but I've seen this dress, now that I bought both of these, I've also seen it at Unique Vintage and ModCloth, so I know it can run for cheaper. So I know there's ethics behind Fashion Nova, that's a whole video in and of itself, but I do have some questions about the price points of Anthropologie, because I think they're just jacking it up because they can, because of the name Anthropologie. So it's something to think about. For a sparkly dress like this, which you are only gonna wear for like, I think a special occasion, so like New Year's, a birthday, a fun vacation, something you're not gonna get a lot of wears out of, I would probably just go for the cheaper version because I think a lot about cost per wear. Because if I'm gonna wear this $75 dress 3 times, that's $25 a wear. Okay, if I'm gonna wear this dress 3 times, it's $60 a wear. That's almost the equivalent of buying this outright. So for like a fun item like this, I think I would go for the cheaper version. I would love to do a video like this with a more everyday kind of look. So if you want to see that, let me know. I would also have to find something that like a fast fashion company has and that like Anthropologie has, but something more everyday that you would wear over and over and over again, definitely getting your cost per wear down. I would love to see how those compare. Then you can argue, yeah, go for the higher end one because it'll probably have a longer life out of it, but that's something to be tested. So for something like this, I would go for the cheap version because there wasn't any huge glaring major differences. Okay, so I've been literally sitting on these dresses for like a month now, finally getting the chance to film. So that was my fast fashion versus high-end dress comparison. I would love to do something like this in the future. So if there's something you want to see, whether it be jeans, a different kind of dress, or if you see something like Shein or Fashion Nova doing a copycat version of something else, let me know. I'll pick them both up, obviously return the expensive one probably, but I would love to compare more in the future because I think it's something to think about. But I think that kind of stuff is really interesting, so let me know about that. Would you ever splurge on something like that at Anthropologie, knowing you're only gonna wear it once or twice? Let me know. Oh look, they're stuck together. Oh God. Ugh. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go to the mall and return that right now and get my $180 back in my bank account. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.